What's up, PHS? I'm your favorite anchor, Ashton Keller.
And I'm Matt Risner. Welcome to PTV News. As usual, let's kick things off with those homeroom meetings. All we have today is a sophomore award ceremony.
Let's take a look at activities going on for after school today. From 3:25 to 6:25 p.m. we have night school in WSOI. From 3:30 to 4:30 we have winter winds in the band room. And at 3:30 we have robotic clubs, and that lasts till 5:30. From 6 to 8 we have the girls basketball banquet.
Man, I'm getting hungry. What's cooking in the lunchroom today?
Today we will be having McRib on bun, baked fries, and a fruit and veggie bar.
Dang, Ashton, back at it again with PTV Trivia Time.
Yeah, in Mr. Ryan Wolf's class, we have a message for you guys. You have to watch the whole show, no fast forwarding through, just to get to the trivia. So go on and start back over.
Well, first let's announce our winner from last week's question. Well, better said, the last time weather didn't cancel our show. You guys might recall the question last time was, who painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel? Well,
the answer to that question was Michelangelo. Photog Juan Garcia captured the video of my co-partner here delivering the sweet prize to Miss Falstich's class after they called him the answer.
Alright, so back to business. Be the first class to answer the question and win yourself, and maybe even your class, a sweet treat today with this question.
Yeah. How many teeth does the average adult have? If you know the answer, call our PTV studio now, 914-4885, extension 1241. Once again, the question is, how many teeth does the average adult mouth have? The number is 914-4885. Or just pick up the phone and dial extension 1241.
And remember, one classroom per 30 days can win. So if you were in one 2 weeks ago, that means please refrain from calling so others have a fair shot of trying.
Well, back after a short hiatus, it's your least favorite Triton student, Brent Motz. He is reviewing one of the most talked about albums of this year so far, Kanye West's The Life of Pablo.
Breezes, take it away.
Young Metro, don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. Beautiful morning, you're the sun of my morning, babe.
The Life of Pablo, formerly known as God So Help Me, then Swish, then Waves, was finally released on February 14th of this year. And it has really been owning the music industry for the past 2 weeks. Kanye's done it again. This album has everything. Controversial lyrics about Taylor Swift, large gospel choirs and spiritual themes, and megastar features like Andre 3000 and Kendrick Lamar. This album really marks a new era in Yeezy's career. The thing I really love about this album is that it mixes great elements from his past albums. 30 Hours and No More Parties in LA throw it back to the late registration days with clever punchlines and awesome sampled beats. Songs like Famous, Highlights, and Real Friends sound like they belong on his newer projects like Yeezus and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. My favorite song on this album is The Dark and Tormented Wolves. There are 2 versions of this floating around the internet, and Kanye himself admitted that he wanted to fix the album version. So I'm going to be talking about the leaked version with Vic Mensa, Frank Ocean, and Sia. This song may be one of my favorites of the entire year. Frank Ocean's intro sets the stage for the song's theme and what it's really about. Then comes in the dark beat and the harmonizing in the background. It really gives me shivers when it comes in. To follow it up, we hear Ye talking about his alcoholism and his pride, stepping in the way of his own health. After that, you hear a poetic bridge, which I just have to tell you, the bridge by Vic Mensa is one of the greatest things I've ever heard really in music, to be honest. It brings the listener to the height of their emotional capabilities before a verse by Sia tugs at the heart even more. The sample at the end sounds like a dying animal, really fitting to the theme that the wolves are after Kanye. I believe this to be the best album of 2016 so far, as well as it being the best Kanye West project since 2010. I give this album a solid 9 of 10 rating, and I'm really excited to see where he moves with his career after this. Plus, his feed on Twitter during this album promotion period has been, it's been gold. Anyways, hit me up on Twitter and tell me what you think of The Life of Pablo. Until then, Yeezus, take me out.
Every time I talk, they say I'm too aggressive. I was out here spazzing, now y'all get the message. On the field, I'm over reckless on my Odell Beckham. 2020, I'm a
Now it is time for your favorite time of the show. It's Hunter Sports Corner. Let us see what Hunter has for us this week.
Hey guys, thanks for joining me right here on PTV Sports for another episode of Hunter Sports Corner. For this episode, we will look at the NCAA men's basketball tourney, the NBA games, weekly sports question, and PHS sports news. Now, let's get into it. The PHS boys basketball will be continuing further into the sectional games. because they won their first game of the sectional tourney. The next game is on Friday here at home, so come out and support your Pilgrims. Coach Bales said Plymouth High School is fortunate to be hosting the 2016 4A boys basketball sectional again this year. Sectionals begin on Tuesday of this week. The sectional wraps up on March 5th. Winding back to Tuesday, February 23rd, it was not only senior night for 8 PHS senior members of our Plymouth boys basketball program, but also sponsor appreciation night for our home game versus South Bend St. Joe. We want to give a shout out to the following senior members of the boys basketball program who were honored and recognized at the game: Josh Anders, Jack Barron, Quentin Kupka, Brandon Davidson, Cam Evelyn, Trevor Neidlinger, Matt Fryer, and Tyre Irwin. There are 4 NBA games tonight, and all 4 games are key for the teams pushing for the playoffs. Starting at 7:30 p.m., the Phoenix Suns face off against the Miami Heat. The Suns are sitting at 14th place in the Western Conference, and the Heat are sitting at 4th place in the Eastern Conference. Then at 8 p.m., the San Antonio Spurs face off against the New Orleans Pelicans in the Western Conference. The Spurs are 2nd in the Western Conference as the Pelicans are 11th. 8:30 p.m., the Sacramento Kings go up against the Dallas Mavericks. The Kings are 10th in the Western Conference as the Mavericks are 6th in the same conference. The final game consists of the Oklahoma City Thunder looking to get revenge on the Golden State Warriors. The Thunder rank 3rd in the Western Conference and the Warriors are 1st. Since it is March, we will be focusing on March Madness as it is right around the corner. We will be having a huge March Madness bracket tournament challenge. Illinois against 14th ranked Maryland at 7 p.m. Connecticut at 24th ranked SMU Mustangs starting at 9 p.m. Also at 9 p.m., 25th ranked California go up against 18th ranked Arizona. All right, I hope you guys are ready for this week's sports question, because here it is. Should children under the age of 16 be allowed to play sports and risk injury? If you would like to leave feedback on the poll for this week's question, then find me on Twitter at @smartestblonde_. Well, that's all I have for this week. I will see you guys next week.
The day for our Spring Parent-Teacher Conference program is now scheduled for March 9th. If you want to go, the schedule for the night is 6 to 6:30 for walk-in conferences and 6:30 to 8 for pre-scheduled conferences.
Interact Club is having a food drive to benefit the Marshall County Neighborhood Center for the next week. Students, please bring in non-perishable food items to your SRT and fill up the Martin's bag that is in your room. The SRT that brings in the most items will receive donuts the week before spring break. Interact Club appreciates your help for this worthy cause.
Bring non-perishable food items. Each is worth 1 ticket. Fun and exciting games will cost either 1 or 2 tickets. The event is on Saturday, March 5th from 1 to 3 p.m. Come have fun and support local families. This past Monday, our Superintendent Dan Tyree and speech teacher Dave McKenzie received plaques to be honored for getting inducted into the National Speech Hall of Fame. Mr. Tyree was inducted in 2003 and Mr. McKenzie was inducted in 2013. If you didn't know, they're actually related. They're brother-in-laws. This is a huge accomplishment to the school to not just have 1 teacher inducted into the Hall of Fame, but 2. Some schools never get anyone inducted ever, and here our school has the honor of having 2 fabulous speech coaches in this program's history.
Oh, it's great. First of all, you have to understand the legacy of the speech program at Plymouth High School. Since the late 70s until current day, it has been a model of sustained success and excellence. It is so unique to have 1 Hall of Fame coach for speech, let alone 2. I'm not sure that other schools in the state have that situation where they have multiple Hall of Fame coaches leading their program.
Congrats to both Mr. Tyree and Mr. McKenzie on getting those plaques after all those years to finally go in the trophy case. Well, PHS, it looks like that's all the time we have for you guys today.
Thank you for tuning in, PHS.
Have a good day and good luck on that trivia question. Wolf, we'll